Okay, so we're gonna work on these shapes here. The assignment is complete 6 of these, 10 for extra credit, but the goal is 6. You can choose any of the 6. Um, you can do these in any way you want. I'd really like you to practice using the shapes, the Align, the Pathfinder, and a couple other tools as well. As you see, if you have this main page here that kind of outlines what they are, if you scroll down, it'll tell you what the puzzle is, where the icon is, and it will tell you how many shapes that were used to create this. It also shows how to arrange, send it back, basically moving um, the placement of each of these. And I'll go over that in a second. So I'll draw a couple of these so you have an idea of what I'm talking about, and then you can do the rest on your own. So for the first one, I'll draw the apple. Okay, so if you look here, it says it consists of 4 oval shapes. So you could draw this with the pen tool, the paintbrush, but it's easier to do it using the shapes. So we have 1, 2 ellipse here, 2 ovals, and then this is an oval shape, and then this white here is actually an oval that is used to kind of cut away part of the apple stem. Okay, so we'll start by drawing these 2 ovals here. I already created a new document, and file new. Letters fine, 8.5 by 11. It's in inches, RGB color. Great. So the first thing you're going to do is click the ellipse tool, and doesn't matter the size, okay? So this looks okay. What I'm going to do, we know the fill is going to be black, so I'm going to select that oval. Over here on the left-hand side, you see the fill and stroke. The fill is black, and the stroke is black, and the fill is white. I'm just going to double click the stroke, change that black, and then click the fill and change that to black as well. Okay, so we want 2 of these. So I have 1, I'm going to hit Control C or edit, copy, and then Control V on my keyboard or edit, paste. And now what you need to do is it'll snap in place with Illustrator. I kind of want to move these so it looks like the image. You can, if you want, I can select both of these by clicking and dragging, highlighting everything I want to select. Over here is the Align tool. So you can see where my cursor is blinking. A couple different icons. The vertical align center will make sure everything is aligned in the center. And then what you can do is click one of these and just drag it and move it to what looks good enough. Now, the next thing we want to do is we want to join these. They're 2 separate shapes. So I can do one of 2 things. Click, like I did before, click and drag, select all, and click one, hold shift, click the other, and then go over here. Below Align, which we were just using, is the Pathfinder tool. There's a couple different icons. The one we want to use is that first one. It says Unite, and that will basically join those 2 shapes, and now we have 1 solid shape. Okay, so looking back at our picture, we got the body of the apple. We're going to draw the stem part. So that's going to be an oval. So we'll click the ellipse tool, draw this. We're not going to unite this. We're going to draw this. Great. And now I'll reference the picture again. This here is a white oval. And how that works, same as before, we're going to click the ellipse tool. I'm going to change the fill to white, outline to white, just click and drag. We might have to move this around and reshape it a little bit. Click the selection tool. We can move this. Okay, so you kind of have to focus and see, okay, looks good, but it's cutting out this part of the apple. So what we need to do is, if you right click the object and right click, you can go down and there's All the way on the bottom, there's a button called Arrange, and this allows you to move the shapes to the back, to the front, all the way to the back, or all the way to the front. So depending on what you want this to do, we only want this to cut out the stem, so this oval, not this piece. So what we want to do is I'm going to first click the black stem, right click, go to Arrange, bring to front. Okay, sorry, I meant click the stem oval, right click, hit Arrange, say send to back. Right click the white oval, Arrange, say bring forward. And then what you're going to do with this one, first body, right click, Arrange, bring to front. So you'll see it basically, this is the front piece, the next one is that white oval, and the one in the back is the stem piece. Right, so if I move these around, you can kind of see it'll only cut away from that. So that's a really helpful tool. Again, right click the shape and you can arrange it, bringing them all the way forward, all the way back, front, slightly back. So you can play around with that and get as close as you can to the image that you're trying to replicate.